Hiya, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video today. Today we will be getting a channeled message for the collective. This is a general read. Energy of Snickers and Rich on the bottom. So that's like the way when someone's laughing, you can tell if they are wealthy or not. That's the joke. Snickers and rich, okay? Laughing like they're rich. Laughing like a rich person. Someone Snickers and rich. All signs point to same energy, different faces. Okay, collective. You could already be knowing that the individual last trying to pull one over on you, same energy, different face. You could already be knowing the individual coming up next is going to be the same energy, different face. The energy precedes itself, good and bad. And all signs point to the same energy, different faces. So it looks like Snickers and rich. Collective, you could be wealthy. You could come from a wealthy family. You could have a good sense of humor. This could be someone external, someone who is laughing at you or laughing at your expense. Someone who might be in a higher tax bracket than you, or someone who might consider themselves to come from a wealthy family and they look down upon others because of that. Take it as it resonates. Okay. Messages for the collective. Anything else from this deck? Black and yellow. Caution stings. Final form, endlessness. Black and yellow. Caution stings. So this is like caution tape. So this is like a yellow light. Caution. So this is Holy Spirit telling you caution, slow down. Sharp turn ahead, or rough road ahead, or this is a crime scene. Do not cross this yellow tape. Something about stingers as well, okay? There could be something about insects with stingers, so wasps, bees, something like that. The money reference. Someone could behave very waspy. Someone could come from money or behave as if they come from money. A lot of times these individuals who behave as if they have money or flash everything they own, or still behave as if they come from money, even though they don't, because their family already squandered it, and so there's nothing left but a name, right? Like Rose's mother in the Titanic was saying, they had nothing left but their name, right? This individual might have come from a wealthy family at one point, and the family is no longer wealthy. They're just desperate. They're just desperate. Desperate men, desperate women doing desperate and foolish things. Final form, endlessness. Final form might be the poorhouse, like in that movie. I don't know why I'm getting Titanic references. In that movie, Rose's mother was like, all we have, give thanks to God, give to God. In that movie, Rose's mother was like, all we have left is our name, and you don't care about, what I had to sacrifice in order to, I had to marry your father, and so you're going to have to marry someone you don't love, and I don't care what you think, and, and then Rose was like, well, I'm my own person, so I'll do what I want. And then the mother switched tactics, and then she was like, well, what do you want to see me as a seamstress? What do you want to see me in the workhouse? What do you want to see me work? So there was this class divide. Okay, collective. So you could, you could either come from money, someone external to you comes from money, or they come from a family that used to have money, or at one time was much better off than they are now. I'll put it like that. Okay, collective, you could come from this family, or this could be a family external, or an energy external, right? But the final form for that family, or for that energy, or for that behavior, or that ideal, the final form is the poorhouse. So the final form is everything being squandered, basically. Because it wasn't appreciated, because they didn't give thanks to God, because they weren't godly people, because money doesn't actually matter, so, quickly come, quickly go, that sort of thing. Those who don't earn it don't appreciate it, and they're doomed to lose it. Those who did earn it, everybody who came from them ended up hating them because they're the only one who had any work ethic in the family. You see these titans in these families deal with the same thing over and over again. They're the only one. Maybe there's a generation of brothers or sisters who some of them are, hard workers, or, there's just one person at the head of the family and they're extremely hard worker and they amass a fortune. Or maybe they come from money and they make even more money for the family. But this individual is doomed to have their own family lie, cheat, and steal. This individual or this generation who was behaving as Rose's mother was, out of desperation, out of fear, not caring about the lives of those around them, not caring about the lives or the happiness of her own daughter. She was willing to sell her daughter, basically, to an abusive man just to keep money flow, which happens every day, which is still happening today. All over the world, it's still happening today. But collective, you were saved from this. You were saved from this final form. You were saved from this endlessness, this endless cycle of whatever all that is. You were saved from that. So give thanks to God and give to God. When you have amassed money, give to God. Giving to God doesn't mean go to the church and put money in the collection plate. If that's what you do, okay, that's what you do. But giving to God can be anything that you give over of yourself freely. So it doesn't have to be money. It can be thanks. It can be gratitude. It can be money. Sure. You can, build a church. You can, donate to charity. You can start a charity. There's a lot you can do with money to help yourself and the people around you. But there are also financial predators and sharks swimming in those waters as well, if not even more problems there. So the best thing to do, at least in my opinion, is to give thanks to God individually. Charity starts at home. That's my sentiment. Okay, so we're done with that? Okay, thank you. So, collection. I don't know if I said that. Collection plate. Someone might be used to donating to the collection plate and feeling that absolves them of something. They go to the church once a week and they pray to God. They absolve themselves of their sins and they give to the collection plate, and they feel that this affords them a place in heaven. That's not what that is. Okay, it's not going to work. You have to give thanks to God. You have to appreciate your life. You have to appreciate what you have. You cannot operate that way. It's not reality. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guides, angels, ask permission to show messages for the collective at this time. Thank you for this. Angels, guides, ancestors, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father, I ask that you please guide and assist me and protect me during channeling these messages. Please assist me and provide clear, concise messages for the collective to their benefit and to mine. Thank you for this. We're just going to get some messages for the collective, and we will see what Holy Spirit has in the way of messages for the collective today. Energy of 6 of Cups on the bottom. So this could be about someone from the past or someone from your family. This could be about your childhood or someone you have children with or a child with. Messages for the collective, please. Messages for the collective. Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father, angels, guides, ancestors. The world. The world. Cycles. Things happening worldwide. Things being seen worldwide. Things happening on the World Wide Web. Major catastrophic shocking events unraveling, having been seen or being seen all across the globe, all across the world. The world, this represents cycles, closure, collective. You could have gone through cycles. This represents a cycle coming to a close. Okay, so this might have something to do with that. People behaving as if they still have money when they do not have money, or people behaving as if they are in positions of exaltation by rights when they are not there by rights. They are there by means of deceit. They sit on thrones of lies. These cycles are coming to a close. This is closure for you. The world, this represents closure for you, collective. Cycles endings. And when a cycle ends, a new cycle begins. Still energy of Six of Cups on the bottom. Thank you so much. Messages about the world, messages. What does the collective need to know about the world? What does the collective need to know about the world? Messages for the collective, please. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know? We're done with this deck. The Seven of Swords. Someone's trying to lie, steal, cheat, get away with it. Someone's sneaky. That might be that energy of like Rose's mother trying to pretend, you know, having nothing but their name to go on, living a complete falsehood, pretending like they have money, but they don't have money. The money is gone. Remember what she said? Rose, the money is gone. Rose, the name Rose might be significant. Roses might be significant. Again, with the structure of the spiral. The Emperor inverted. Okay, collective. There could be someone at the head of this family represented by this, I'm going to call him a fallen emperor, okay? There might be someone at the head of this family represented by this fallen emperor who, you know, in the most basic of terms, just failed to lead. They might have squandered whatever was left to them by whoever came before. They might have squandered that. They might have been unappreciative of not only what was left to them, but, you know, what the family represented. Okay, so this individual might have failed to lead their family. So now collective is a member of this individual's family, I'm assuming, if this isn't you. As a member of this individual's family, you are or you will be receiving closure. Okay, so the Emperor inverted, these energies are a lack of real leadership skills or lack of real leadership qualities. Okay, it could be someone who is abusive, collective. This could be a father figure or the head of a group, a company, a business, or a family. Or this could be a husband who was abusive in any way. So they could have abused themselves. They could have been very self-harmful. They could have squandered all of their things that they clung to, you know, wealth, honor, power, you know. They could have choked these things out. What beautiful things they had, what gifts they had, what things their family provided them with, what things they were born with, what gifts they were born with. They could have choked these things out, boa constrictor style. I'm getting this energy like this individual did not show love. So this individual could have been an absentee parent. So like a father who either was just not present in the household during the rearing of a family or during the operational stuff for a business or a group or a company. Someone who just wasn't present. So again, the lack of leadership, okay? But this individual would have expected to receive all the accolades as if they were. This individual would have expected to be treated with respect and dignity and all of the behaviors befitting and treatment befitting someone who would be represented by an emperor in the upright. So this individual did not know that they were fallen. They did not know that this behavior was inappropriate. They did not know that it would lead to a loss in either stature or finances or their leadership role in the community or the family. Okay? So this individual could have been abusive. They could have been absent. They could have abused whatever power they did have. They could have been abusive in other ways. Okay, this individual could have been like a tyrant. Okay, 8 of Swords on the bottom. This individual might be very much stuck in their head over their fall from grace. The 9 of Pentacles, wow. This card has been coming out a lot. There were misconceptions or lies told about your autonomy, about your health, about your independence, about your general well-being here in the Material Collective. Again, this is you, independent, alone, single, unwed perhaps, but comfortable, more than comfortable. This can be considered luxurious, the 9 of Pentacles. Alone, having more than you need just for yourself, so therefore a luxurious lifestyle. So if this is you single and the Emperor is inverted, this could either be a father figure, an older brother, a grandfather, an uncle, a boss. This could be a husband, like an ex. Because if you're single and you're unmarried, this could be your ex-husband. So you could be 9 of Pentacles by yourself. You could be without husband, without wife. You could be without children. You could be alone, basically. Not to say that you don't have friends or that you're not in a relationship with someone or that you don't live with someone or you don't have pets or whatever. This 9 of Pentacles means you yourself are unmarried. You yourself are alone. You yourself are healthy by yourself. You yourself are financially stable and independent here in the material. That's what this means. And it's been coming out a lot, as if it's in question. Like, who keeps questioning what is completely evident to see? This is what is so ridiculous about all of this. It's like people cannot come to terms with the fact that they themselves are liars and they're living a lie. Or people cannot come to terms with the fact that they have been lied to and that they believed lies. People cannot come to terms with the fact that, they themselves have fallen from positions of trust and power, or they themselves have faults for which they need to be brought to account. People act as if they're just out here doing whatever they want, no repercussion, acting however they want, nothing's ever gonna come of it. Committing crimes left and right, nothing's ever gonna happen because of it. No one's ever gonna get in trouble. You could just do whatever you want. Consequence, what's that? These people behave this way. It's like, what world, what parallel universe have they been operating in? What fantasy world have they been operating in? They're not operating here in the real world with that nonsense. You are here in the real world. So I don't know what fantasy these people have been operating under where you need to, constantly defend your independent position. Like, here you are by yourself, fine. Okay, what has anybody got to say about it? Whose business is it who you're with? Whose business is it how much money you have? Whose business is it whether you're alone or not? Who the fuck's business is it? It is no one's business but yours. These individuals need to get their own fucking life. Go out in the world and get a fucking life. Stop worrying about what the collective is doing. Stop worrying about where the collective is. Stop worrying about what the collective has amassed or who the collective is with. Get a fucking life. Okay, thank you. A little righteous indignation there. Okay, 7 of Cups. Illusions, right. These individuals, they live a life of lies. They live a life full of trickery, illusions, wearing masks, never being held accountable, never holding themselves or each other accountable. Just compounding crimes, compounding lies. Trickery and illusion. Lies, deceit. This could mean options collective. There could have been too many options presented to this emperor. If this was your ex could have entertained too many options. So they lost their role as emperor in your life. Okay? This could have been your father. Your father could have been a womanizer. Your father could have entertained too many options. Or your grandfather, or your great-grandfather, or your uncle, or your ex-husband, or whoever this is. Lies. Deceit. The cycle of lying and deceiving, floating through life, 7 of Swords style, that's done. That is done. The 4 of Pentacles, this could be you saving what little money you have been able to amass by yourself. This could be individuals being greedy for you. This could be some evidence gathered here in the material. This could be an indicator of 4 years or a 4-year period. Okay, take it as it resonates. Messages about this? Messages? Anything else from this deck? Something turned around. 7 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. Okay. That's interesting energy. 7 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. Someone could have taken money. Someone could have stolen money under the guise of charity. You know, theft under the guise of charity. 6 of Pentacles again. Someone could have taken a bribe. Someone could have been paying people bribes. Someone could have had a hand here in the material and all of the events over some sort of 6-year period for you. This could have been some 6-year period where your father was, you know, present in your life. This could have been a 6-year period where you were married. So this was your ex. Either taking from you, you know, while pretending to be very charitable with you. Just a terrible person. The Emperor. Yeah, collective, you could be this Emperor now. You could be sitting in your leadership, your masculine leadership energies, taking control of the situation. Because nobody else is going to do it. Apparently. Nobody else is going to do it. You got to do it. Okay, thank you. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know about this? The High Priestess. Inverted, though. Okay. So it looks like this Emperor inverted was led astray by a High Priestess inverted. So this could be a mistress. This could be a mistress who behaves very woo-woo, like new age. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? I like crystals. I like all that, okay? But the energies coming off of this are new age charlatan. They're gonna steal your money and they're gonna talk to you about energy and crystals, healing work and stuff like that, but they're gonna steal your money and they're going to try to induce spiritual psychosis. This is the same. It could be a Pisces. It could be someone who is intuitive. It could be someone who has gifts but use them to the detriment of those around them. This could be the Black Widow figure, someone who induces spiritual psychosis, someone who drugs their victim, someone who kills their victims. All under the guise of charity, like there's some spiritual worker. That's the energy coming off of this. This individual lies, steals, cheats. This individual kills. This individual burdens their victims before they kill. This individual is giving Black Widow energy. This individual could have tried to drug you or poison you, or you could have been drugged or poisoned by this individual. This could be like a stepmother, or this could be like a mistress to your ex or your father. So again, like a stepmother or an evil feminine. Not a mother figure, but someone who pulled the wool over this masculine's eyes. I said odor. This person could smell. That's not necessarily that they smell bad, okay? A spiritual person will be able to smell the scent of evil. So they might have a specific scent that is the smell of evil, okay? But that's a spiritual smell, okay? Not everybody's going to pick up on that. This individual might carry a scent with them. So they might be like a perfumer. I don't know what that's called, but someone who makes their own perfumes, okay? This individual might carry a lot of oils, and the oils are very fragrant. Or this individual wears a certain type of cologne or perfume, or again with the body oils or something. There's something very significant about their scent. Also, collective, there could have been a scent that it triggers you from childhood from this individual. Like if this was your father or your grandfather, and this emperor inverted, if that was your father or grandfather or something like that, and this high priestess inverted, let's go ahead and hold them upside down. This represents some sort of mistress who tried to pretend to play mother to you. I said ply. Okay, so they might have tried to ply you with money or candies when you were little, or lies, you know. To ply someone means to try to make them into something, or try to mold them into something, or try to reshape. That's what that means. Okay, so they might have tried to buy your affection. Okay, the other thing is from the childhood, triggering the scent, triggering a memory from this individual. This individual might have emitted a smell in your childhood that you, to this day, if you smell it, you are transported back and you are reminded of this individual here, whoever this is for you, but someone who would be in like a stepmother role or a caregiver who was not caring, a stepmother who was like an evil stepmother, or if nothing directly ever happened between the two of you, you could have just known from the energy. You could have known from their hatred of you. They could have resented you as you represented the offspring of someone other than themselves and your father or your grandfather or whoever, this emperor, right? So they resented you. So the energy might have been there of hatement, resentment, hatement, that's not a word, hatred and resentment. The energy was there, and then any activities that this individual undertook on top of that would have been, you know, traumatic for you, basically, because the individual was not approaching the subject of a relationship with you in a healthy manner. This individual would have wanted to target you to your detriment, just as this individual was targeting your father or your grandfather or your uncle or your great-grandfather or whoever this was, just as they were targeting them. But you were less susceptible to it. This Emperor inverted was not less susceptible to it. These two were some sort of nasty happy pair. They might have presented themselves as a nasty happy pair. Oh, we're a happy couple. Oh, yeah. Me and my mistress, she's official now. Me and my mistress, me and my spiritual guru, me and my new age, new wave wife. We're all good. Don't worry about us. No, don't worry about that weird smell. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what, you know, what any of this one's offspring were doing, right? The High Priestess here, this individual, this is giving mistress, okay? The mistress might have come in, already had children of their own. Those children, your father or your grandfather or your uncle or your great-grandfather, whoever this was, might have treated those other children better than they treated you because of the woman that they were with, because that's how they treat people. They only treat people based on what they can get from them or what they owe them or the situation that they live in. Like, because they live with this woman now at that time, all of a sudden they weren't your father anymore or something. Or all of a sudden, you know, maybe this is your ex-husband and the High Priestess was the mistress. When they met the mistress, all of a sudden they weren't your husband anymore. All of a sudden they didn't have to fulfill the role that the ex needed for your children or any of that. Okay, that's what this energy is. This is a nasty energy. This is energy that can go somewhere else with that shit, I'll tell you right now. But yeah, something about the smell too. Something about the smell. The smell is sticking out to me. Okay. Let's see here. Emperor on the bottom. Let's just shuffle once. We'll just mix these up a little bit. Emperor on the bottom still. Okay. Collective, you could be this Emperor. So you could be masculine or feminine, but sitting in your leadership role. Because there were no other leaders to be had, so you had to become your own father. Your father was absent, so you had to become your own father. Your husband was absent, so you had to become your own husband. Your children's father was absent, so you had to become your children's father for them. This is all while being your own person, all while being the mother to the children, all while being your own parent, other parent, whatever. Take it as it resonates. Okay, but you had to take this leadership role. You had to take these reins from those who did not deserve to be holding the reins, but were holding the reins anyway. And they were going to run that wagon until the wheels fell off and the roof caved in, right? They were going to run it into the ground. So you had to take the reins from them. This could be just you, you know, stepping up into a leadership role in your own life, or collective. You could be this Emperor. You could be masculine, you could be a father, or this could be representative of someone coming up in your life, collective. A father figure, a husband, a boss, a leader, someone who you can depend on, someone who is in the upright, someone who is trustworthy. 9 of Pentacles again. Wow, okay. Collective. Until then, you are single, you are by yourself. So you could be this Emperor and be by yourself. You could be unwed, single, you could be by yourself. So without family, masculine or feminine. You could be an emperor. Page Wands. You could have a new direction in life. You could be just starting out on an adventure. You could have a new idea. You could have good news incoming. This could represent your inner child, or this could represent a child. Fire sign. Take it as it resonates. The 10 Wands and the 6 Cups. Okay, this has to do with someone from your past. So like I said, father, stepfather, stepmother, mistress to the father, to the grandfather, to the great-grandfather, to the uncle, to the ex-husband, whoever this is. These people are from your past. These people are from your family. These are people you had children with. Something like that. Okay? These individuals are heavily burdened right now. With you taking the reins in your own life, with you bringing to a close this cycle. This is the number 10, which represents completion, again, with the world and the cycles and the closure. This is you taking those 10 wands that were placed upon you, some of which you carried happily, some of which were burdensome and placed upon you whether you wanted it or not. You now are in possession of all of these wands. You now are carrying these wands to your place of respite. This represents closure for you. This represents the ending of a cycle. So whatever cycle this was, where there was spiritual impropriety, where there was adultery, while there was infidelity, where there was theft or a lack of leadership, or absentee father or absentee husband or abuse, whatever this inverted energies are over here, you're done with it. You're not going to entertain this. You grew out of this. This family is full of lies. They did nothing but lie to you. This father, this stepfather, this grandfather, this husband, whatever, whoever this is, it might be multiples. The Emperor has shown up more than once. It might be father, it might be husband as well. It might be father, it might be grandfather. It might be first husband, it might be second husband. Take it as it resonates. Some masculine role model in your life, more than once, burdened you. More than once, did not put you in a position of exaltation in their life, such as you deserved. These individuals are heavily burdened for this now. The 10 wands is what they are carrying. They do not know how to carry 10 wands. These individuals don't even know how to carry 1 wand. This individual is upside down, not able to carry even one thing. Okay. Messages about this. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know about this 10 wands? What does the collective need to know about this 10 wands? 7 swords. Yeah, these individuals, they were trying to get away with it. They were sneaky, and they tried to get away with it. Whatever all of this is, this negative intention or this abuse or this absenteeism, these lies, whatever it is that is a closing now, whatever it is that is closing, whatever cycle of bullshit this was that you are independent from, it is closing. These individuals have attempted to float through life lying, stealing, cheating, and then wanting to get away with it. They thought they were just gonna float through life like this. They thought they were gonna get away with it. Sneaky. These individuals wanted to affect your autonomy, your stability, your independence here in the material, your physical health, and your spiritual well-being. They wanted to affect these things with lies, with manipulations, with theft, with infidelity, with adultery, with whatever means they had at their disposal. They wanted to do all of this, and then they wanted to get away with it. Messages about the Seven Swords. Who's lying? Who's stealing? What is this? The Hermit. Someone's looking into this. Someone's looking into the theft. Someone's looking into the lies. Someone's looking in. Someone's investigating. Someone might be being introspective about being lied to or being stolen from. There might be an investigator. Virgo energies. Queen of Pentacles might be being looked into. There might be an investigator. Or collective, this could be you. The Hermit, Virgo energies. Introspective, by yourself, alone. Hermiting yourself away while you attain knowledge, while you follow your inner wisdom for guidance. Healing. Healing, okay? You could have been healing from some sort of theft plot or some sort of plot against your life, or some sort of lies, some pack of lies. All of this could have been looked into. All of this could be being looked into. There could be an investigator on the scene investigating. Someone in the upright. Or collective, this could be you. Being introspective, or you could be an investigator. Take it as it resonates. What about this Seven Swords Hermit? What about this Seven Swords Hermit? The King of Cups. Okay, collective. You could be masculine water sign. You could be an intuitive. You could be sitting comfortably in your mature emotional body. You could be in the healing phase of learning how to deal with emotions in a healthy and upright manner. Okay, the King of Cups is someone who is a loving father, a loving husband, a loving partner. The King of Cups is someone who is comfortable in their emotional body. They are loving, caring, kind. I'm getting good father. Collective, this could be you, King of Cups, masculine water sign. You could be a father and you are a good father. Even if you're only fathering your inner child, you are good at it. You're doing good. King of Cups. A loving, caring masculine, a good guy, an actual good guy, and the Star. Aquarian energy, healing again. There could be someone who is a celebrity, King Cups, Hermit. Someone could be looking into the energies of the Star, having come from an inverted Emperor. So collective, there could have been a father figure or a husband figure who was abusive or who was absent, who treated you badly, okay? And you could have healed from this. You could now be, or you could have been an inspirational figure in this person's life. They could have hated you for it. Misery, loving company, all of that. They wanted you to be miserable. The energies of the Star are anything but misery. The energies of the Star are beauty and love. The energies of the Star are all about beauty. The old idea of beauty. Beauty going far beyond what is skin deep. Beautiful on the inside. This is being in the world but not of it. This is being ethereal. This is being misunderstood a lot of times for how detached and aloof this energy can become. Air sign energies. Virgo, that's earth. Aquarius, that's air. King of Cups here, we have the water. Earth, air, and water. Okay, and then with the Emperor, we have the Aries with the fire. Okay. So all the elements are here represented. Perhaps this is the elements conspiring to see you with the sun here. The elements conspiring to see you healthy, wealthy, and alone. Comfortable, luxurious even in the environment. That could be all of the elements conspiring, such as the World card shows. The elements conspiring to see you and the Nine of Pentacles. Someone might be investigating a King of Cups. Someone might be investigating a King of Cups for Seven of Swords activities. Because you are the star. There were lies told about you, the star. Lies told. This is being exposed. Okay? Exposure. Energies of exposure. The sun. We're done with that? Okay. Thank you. All right. Moving right along. That's excellent. Collective. What you went through, you went through. It made you stronger. You ate that shit and it made you stronger. That's a beautiful energy. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's that kind of energy. I can't really do Kelly Clarkson's voice, you guys. I don't think very many of you can out there. The energies of the sun. Okay, that's beautiful. And we're going to get some closing messages. 47 minutes on the clock. The Hierophant and the Four of Cups. Okay. Somebody in a position of power. Someone sitting in a seat of exaltation in a power structure, such as the church or a government body or an important corporation or a large family or something like that. Someone sitting in a power of exaltation within this group, represented by the Hierophant. Four of Cups, this individual or this energy could be feeling sad for themselves. Page of Wands. A new direction. This could be about a kid. Youthful energy, a new direction. Someone just starting out on a new adventure, just starting out in a new path in life, just starting out in a new path. Seven of Wands. Someone wanted for you to lack defenses. Someone wanted you to be unable to defend yourself. Someone wanted you to be, like the Page of Wands is someone just starting out, so they don't have any real world knowledge. They don't have any experience in the world yet. So this is a very inexperienced energy, okay? They could have been expecting you to be in this inexperienced energy. Perhaps you embody a bit of that. We're just starting out on an adventure, sort of new beginning energy. So they could have mistook this for an experienced energy. And then they could have thought that this was the perfect opportunity to relieve you of all of your ability to defend yourself, right? They thought perhaps they could take advantage of your supposed inexperience in stripping you of all of your rights so that you would be incapable of defending yourself. So I'm getting ambush energy, or again with the mistaking their own inexperience and projecting that onto you, saying, oh, this person's inexperienced. We can take what victories they have won, we can take from them, because, you know, they couldn't have actually won them fair and square. They couldn't have actually attained anything here in the material. They couldn't have actually learned anything. They couldn't have actually acquired anything by rights. Anything they have fell into their lap. This is a sentiment about you, collective. They believe that you don't deserve anything. They believe that anything you do have, you cheated to get it, or you don't deserve it, so it doesn't matter if they steal it from you. This includes experiences. This includes money. This includes life force, days, weeks, years, children, you name it. They figure, oh, we'll just take it from collective. And we'll leave collective unable to defend themselves because collective is so inexperienced. It's like taking candy from a baby. Do you know why taking candy from a baby is easy? Because it's an adult taking from a baby. They acted as if they were gleeful in this taking candy from a baby energy. So they thought themselves big, bad criminals. They thought themselves big, bad strategic masterminds coming up against those who they considered inexperienced or inferior. Okay. Some overcompensation, if you ask me. Serious and heavy projection and overcompensation. I mean, who surrounds themselves or targets people who they feel are vulnerable or who are less than, and then stands there and acts as if they've taken down some great enemy? It's something to be proud of. Yeah, who acts like that? Who behaves like that? Pathetic cowards behave like that. Pathetic cowards. It's a coward who steals from a baby because it's easy. Cowards do what is easy. Chariot. Okay, so collective, you were considered to be in the Page of Wands energy, but really you're in the Chariot energy. You have all the experience, you have all the ancestral wisdom, you have all the passion and drive that the Emperor in the upright, after having won victory after victory after victory, this is you winning. The Chariot represents the win. The Chariot represents fast movement. Things could be happening very fast for you. Winds coming in quickly, the Lovers. Okay, you could be entering into union. You could be a Gemini. This could be about a couple. There could be police coming for a couple. Okay, there could have been a new direction in whatever investigation was happening. Now, popos come in fofos, and those foes are represented by this couple on the Lovers card here. Okay, take it as it resonates. There's a couple who are being chased. There's a couple who are wanted. There's a couple on the run. Okay, so there's some Bonnie and Clyde couple on the run. So the Bonnie and Clyde set doesn't have to be a romantic couple. That's the traditional Bonnie and Clyde is a romantic couple, but Bonnie and Clyde can be any two individuals who have come together to commit, crimes and then basically go on the run for it. Okay, so this can be a mother and a son. This can be a mother and a daughter. This can be a father and a daughter, a father and a son. This can be two brothers, two sisters, a brother and a sister, cousins. And of course, this can be two business partners or two friends or two individuals who are entered into a relationship, or more than one couple. So more than two people. So the Lovers, the way that it's coming out lately, there's some sort of polycule. So the Lovers might represent more than two people. The Lovers might represent a group of individuals, more than two, who are sleeping together. So some sort of polycule, more than two people. This group, whether it is a couple, two people, whether it is one person represented by the Gemini energy. So this person could have like a split personality, or borderline personality disorder, or bipolar disorder, or something that is like a split in the personality. So it'd be very dualistic. Not to say that Geminis have personality disorders, but due to the dualistic nature of the Gemini, when personality disorders descend upon these energies, these air energies, it can cause a split. I said clause. Okay. Somebody could be looking for a legal loophole while they're on the run. There could be a lawyer who is helping either the criminal enterprise, so they would be a member of this criminal gang, but they would be a lawyer. Okay, so there's that. Someone could be looking for a legal loophole. Someone could have used some verbiage in paperwork. Someone might have done illegalities in regards to paperwork. Okay. The image that's coming up from these three cards is someone putting a wanted poster up. This Page of Wands, someone putting a wanted poster up. So someone putting out the news or the message, putting up a poster. Someone printing out a poster, a wanted poster with someone's face on it, or a group of people's faces on it. Then the police getting the bolo. So the police receiving this printout, or this poster, or this picture with the information to be on the lookout for these individuals because they are wanted. And then the Lovers represents that group that is wanted. So it is two or more people or an individual represented by Gemini energies who might have suffered some sort of personality or psychological split. Okay? Five of Swords. Yeah. Life of Crime. Five of Swords. Traditional K-I-L-L-E-R of the deck. Collective. These individuals could have made attempts on your life. Collective. These individuals could have K-I-L-L'd in the past. Ace of Wands. These individuals made attempts on your life. These individuals have previous victims. These individuals have stolen life force from victims. So these individuals could be into some very dark spiritual stuff. Torture. Involving children. Stuff like that. The Five of Swords. The Page of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Jesus. Torture involving children. Wow. Okay. So this couple was harming children. This couple was stealing life force from children. This couple could have stolen the lives of children. So these couple, or this individual, or this group could be child K-I-L-L-E-Rs. And then the Eight of Cups. So this is you choosing yourself and walking away. This could be victims of these individuals walking away from the group. This could be some sort of cult where there is a smaller group, an insulated inner group, or people at the head of the group, or some sort of spiritual guru type individuals at the head of a group or a cult, or coven or whatever it is that they're calling themselves. And the members of the group who experienced this torture as a child, the members of the group who experienced these abuses as a child, are now walking away. Collective, this could represent the time in which you chose yourself and walked away. This could be when you walked away from the inverted emperor energies represented by either your father, your grandfather, your stepfather, your great-grandfather, your uncle, your ex-husband, your brother, a whole group of men. I don't know what this is, but you walked away from it. The Five of Swords still. Okay, messages about this. Closing messages. What does the collective need to know about this group and they're on the run? And what does the collective need to know? Anything on this deck? The wishes for the fishes next? Okay, anything on this deck? No. The Hermit. Someone is looking for them. This group or this couple or this individual is on the run. Someone's looking for them. They're wanted. They're wanted by investigators. They might be wanted for questioning. They might have been questioned a little bit, like from that previous read where I was talking about someone was questioned a little bit and then they started freaking out because they knew whatever lies they told during that initial questioning, like it was very quickly going to be found out to be lies. And then when they come back, when the cops come back and they're like, oh, what's up with all these lies that you told us? No, this individual has already skipped out on town. Wow. So now they're wanted. Bitch, you know. Okay, but these are the energies that this is giving me. Drug-fueled, psychotic break, completely out of touch with reality, lying, living a life of lies, living a life of deceit, projecting their own shameful acts, projecting their own sins, projecting the things that they feel will make others look down on those whom they project them to. And that's because they know their own sins. They know how grave they are. They know that if they say what they themselves are guilty of and project that onto someone else, they know exactly the type of reaction that they will get. They know what reaction they will get. They're not stupid, they're crazy. They're not stupid, they're on drugs. There's a difference. The Knight of Coins, slow and methodical. So the Knight of Coins and the Chariot, that's two different, very different energies. Okay, collected the Knight of Coins, it could be you. Okay, you could be slow and methodical here in the material in everything that you do. Okay, collective, this could represent abundance headed towards you, slow and methodically, again with the entourage. This could be your favor, your abundance. Your favor represented by abundance here in the material that the Heavenly Father shows you and gives to you in haste, but you receive it in humility. You receive it in innocence here with the Page of Wands. You receive it and you operate in a slow and methodical pace and fashion here in the material. You are sturdy and dependable. You have an entourage, which is there to help you. This is a spiritual entourage. Your white horse is present. Your chair with wheels, should you become tired and need a break. Everything is present that you need. Your armor is well kept. Your hair is looking great. You've got great hair. Your horse has great hair. You and your horse have some great hair. You and your horse are like Becky with the good hair. I fucking love that for you, okay? This is that Four of Cups energy again. Someone feeling sad, someone feeling some kind of way. Okay, the cards are jumping. Messages about this. What about this? What about this? Knight coin. What about this Knight coin? What does the collector mean you know about the Knight coin? Oh, it is your wish fulfillment. So this abundance moving toward you slow and methodically, or the way in which you behave here in the material is wish fulfillment. Okay, the Nine of Cups. This is you alone again. All of these things that you do alone. You walked away alone. You dealt with crimes against you and your children alone. You are your own wish fulfillment. You represent wish fulfillment for others. You did it alone. You, operating slow and methodical here in the material, alone. All of it alone. Again, alone. There are those who are sad. There are those who were ungrateful and unappreciative for whatever it was that you did provide for them. Nine of Cups. These individuals who were out on the drug binger, who were out harming innocents, taking lives. These individuals were very self-satisfied. They were very smug. Travel, the Three of Wands. Actionable steps, putting plans into action. Travel, these individuals are traveling. These individuals premeditated crimes and traveled to do so. There could be a lot of traveling involved. This could be trafficking. Trafficking could be added to the crimes due to crossing like state lines and stuff. Empress, you could be sitting these Empress energies. Mother to a nation, very loving, very abundant, very luxurious. You could be a mother. This could be about your mother. There could be a mother involved. And the Nine of Coin again. So there's just a lot about money, your financial independence, your autonomy, your physical health. There could have been a lot of lies told in order to slow what was always meant for you. But it will find you. What was meant for you will always be for you, and it will find you by any means necessary. There could have been a lot of lies told about your physical health. There could have been a lot of lies told about your emotional well-being or your happiness. There was premeditation and travel. There could have been trafficking. So this could be human moving around. This could be sex trafficking. This could be child trafficking. This could be kidnapping. This could be drug trafficking. Okay, premeditating all of these things. And feeling very smug and self-satisfied while doing so. Not having any fear while doing so. Behaving very slow and methodical here in the material when they were planning things. You see the Page of Wands, the planning phase, the first one, the planning phase. They planned on being slow and methodical. The plan was to be slow and methodical. But someone couldn't be slow and methodical. Someone was on a fucking drug-fueled binger or a psychotic break or some chemical imbalance or personality disorder issue. A criminal who should have already been behind bars, but is out here running around anyway. So while the plan for their premeditated crimes might have been to do so slow and methodically here in the material so they could get away with it, their plan was But someone came out here like, no, I'm going to go from 0 to 100 in this bitch. Till the wheels fall off, till the roof gives out. This individual was going to drive it into the ground, whatever it was. They're going to take everybody down with them on their drug-fueled binger. They didn't care who they hurt. They didn't care who they ran over. They didn't care. All they cared about was their wish fulfillment. That's all they cared about, was their smug self-satisfaction. Okay, thank you. This was all to affect your autonomy. Again, this could have been sex trafficking. This could have been drug trafficking. They could have drugged you. They could have wanted for you to not be in your right mind or have control over your own body. Okay? These are very, very serious and dark intentions, and these are very serious and dark crimes being perpetrated, premeditated, and perpetrated. Premeditated and perpetrated against your person, against your physical person, against your autonomy, against your independence, against your physical health. They might have been planning on attacking you to make you sick, to affect your physical health. They might have been planning on spreading some disease to you, forcing themselves on you, kidnapping. They might have been planning on filming it. They might have been planning on drugging you, transporting you somewhere and having worse things done. They might have been planning on filming the whole thing. It might have been some sort of, disgusting plan against your person, against your independence, against your autonomy, against your health, your wealth, and your prosperity. Are you okay? Are you okay? Did you come here to see me? Did you come here to see me? Did you come here to say hi? Did you come here to say hi to good babies? Oh, there's no other good babies. There's no babies. Small girls. You checking it out? What do you think? What do you think? You checking it out? You ready to get down? Okay, let's get down. Get down. Go lay down. I'll be done in just a minute, okay? Go lay down. I'll be done in a minute. Okay, let's get some closing words. All of their plots and plans, they failed. That's why they're wanted and on the run now, because they're reckless. They got away with that shit before, so they thought they'd get away with it again. The Six of Wands. They thought they got away with it before. They thought they'd get away with it again. They thought they were going to be victorious in this. They thought they were just going to come in all quick with their lies and their craziness, their drug-fueled binger. They thought they were going to be victorious with this. But this is you. Actual figure of victory. This is you actually winning. Six Wands in the Chariot represents the win. The Queen Wands. Collective, you could be this Queen Wands, or this could be a Queen Wands external. Could be a Queen Wands who's a part of the couple, the polycule. Could have been a Queen Wands who is on the run now. Could have been a Queen Wands who was drugging, kidnapping, and killing people. Children included. Okay, take it as it resonates. Messages about this Queen Wands. Closing messages. What does the collector need to know about this Queen Wands? The Seven of Cups. Illusions. Lies. This Queen Wands is a liar. This Queen Wands is used to casting illusions. Okay, so this Queen Wands is used to living a lie. This Queen Wands thinks that they are good at what they do. They thought because they got away with it before, or because they did not get in trouble for their attempts before, that they would get away with it again, or that if they attempted things again and were successful in part or in whole, that they would not receive any repercussions. Maybe they didn't even consider themselves committing crimes. Maybe they are so insane that they actually think they were doing what was right. So they're either evil or they're crazy. Okay? Or both, evil and crazy. And not the good kind of crazy either. The kind of crazy that goes on drug-fueled binges trying to kidnap your baby, filing false police reports, and squatting in your home before checking out, running out of town, full-on drug-fueled binger style, after filing false police reports. Like, I hope that bitch comes back around, because whatever little lies that they sit upon, whatever thrones of lies that they sit upon where they're at right now, let them come back to where they have committed crimes before. Let them come back and face repercussions for crimes committed years ago. Let them go on the run and come back. Let them do it. Maybe they forgot about the crimes they committed years ago. Yeah. The Five of Wands. Okay, collective, you need to know that there's some chaotic group. Okay, there's some group in chaos. There's some people out here who are in chaos. Probably the group who's on the run. This could represent the polycule. They could be fighting right now. Take it as it resonates. Okay. Polycule could have thought they were winning with all their insulated nastiness. And in reality, they're just spreading disease, committing crimes, digging themselves holes. Digging holes. Ace of Coins. Collective, these are blessings. Collective, the craziness, it was funded by somebody, you know. There are financiers out there who are willing to, you know, just pay people off. And I think, collective, it is about time that you receive what is yours. This abundance here in the material, these blessings here in the material, this money, this spiritual windfall, this physical health, wealth, and prosperity that is yours by rights. This is the energy you live in. This is the energy that you have coming to you. Okay, this is a coin that has two hands around it. So this is a coin that is turning. There are two sides to the coin. Two sides to every coin, and the coin is turning. This is reciprocal income. This is blessings that you are receiving because you have blessed others. These are abundances that you are receiving because you have shown abundance toward others. You have given freely of yourself and your abundance. So you will be given freely abundance and love in return. Health, wealth, and prosperity to you and yours, collected. That's what this is. I'm going to leave it on this, okay? The drug-fueled polycule, the kidnappers, the killers, the traffickers, the charlatans, the Bonnie and Clydes, they're on the run. They've already been picked up. They're going to be picked up. They're living a life of crime, which will catch up with them. But you are living a life of abundance. For that, you receive abundance in return. Okay? I'm going to leave it here. It's kind of a long one. Until next time. Bye, guys.